whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is of good repute, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, dwell on these things. The things you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, practice these things, and the God of peace will be with you. Verse 10 through 14. But I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at last you have revived your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned before, but you lacked opportunity. Not that I speak from want, for I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I am. I know how to get along with humble means, and I know how to live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of being filled and going hungry, both of having abundance and suffering need. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Nevertheless, you have done well to share with me in my affliction. You may be seated. There was a wealthy lawyer in 1870 in Chicago by the name of Horatio Spafford. It was there in 1870 where he lost his 4-year-old son to scarlet fever. A year later, the Great Chicago Fire wiped out all of his real estate assets. Then a couple of years later, the economy took a dive and affected his finances even more. In order to help boost the family spirits, he sent his wife and his 4 daughters overseas to attend a rally done by D.L. Moody, who is the president, who was at the time the president of the Moody Bible School. At the last minute, something happened business-wise, and he was not able to go along with his family, so he sent them before him, and he said, I will meet you later on. While halfway across the Atlantic Ocean, their boat was struck by another vessel, and it sunk to the bottom of the ocean. When his wife was able to reach him by telegram, it said 2 words, save alone. His 4 daughters were tragically killed in the accident. He boarded the ship to meet with his wife, and while on the way, he spent many hours on the bow of the ship looking over the edge of the waters that claimed his daughters' lives. And while looking over the bows, over the water, he penned these words. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control, that Christ has regarded my helpless estate, and hath shed his own blood for my soul. My sin, he says, oh, the bliss of this glorious thought. My sin not in part, but the whole, is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. And then I believe while looking down at the waters, he changed his trajectory and he began to look at the sky, and he says, and Lord, haste the day when my face shall be sight. The clouds be rolled back as a scroll. The trumpet shall sound and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. The Apostle Paul here in Philippians chapter 4 is going to teach us in the verses 10 through 14 that we can have joy in contentment. Is it well with your soul this morning? There's so much that's going on in the world today, easy to get sidetracked with all that is going on, and we have learned here in the book of Philippians that there are many things that can rob us of our joy. People can rob us of our joy. Things can rob us of our joy. Last week we learned that worrying can rob us of our joy, and if we don't take captive of our thoughts, we will find that the enemy will get us bombarded with all the things of life, and we will find ourselves, instead of experiencing joy, we'll be experiencing chaos and worry and stress and sickness. But hopefully this morning we can learn from the Apostle Paul that we can have joy in contentment. Here in chapter 4, he has several imperatives. An imperative is a command. It is not a suggestion, it is a command. First of all, in verse 1 of chapter 4, he commands us to stand firm in the Lord. If we're going to have joy in life, we've got to stand firm in the Lord. And we cannot allow our circumstances to overrule what God is doing in our lives. Secondly, we must live in harmony with one another. It is an imperative. In verse 2, he says, live in harmony in the Lord. Division has a way of causing stress within the body of Christ. Anyone knows that if you're married and been married for any period of time, when mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. If you're not living in harmony in the same house, it is a stressful environment. Anybody know what I'm talking about? It has a way of robbing you of your joy. When your children are not responding the way that you want them to respond, it has a way of robbing you of your joy. And so he commands us to stand firm in the Lord in verse 1 and to live in harmony in verse 2. He also here in verse 4, he tells us to rejoice in the Lord always. I will say again, rejoice. No matter how bad things are getting, we've got to learn that we've got to rejoice even in the bad times. Everybody wants to be on the mountaintop, but there are times that God shows himself in the valley that he doesn't show himself on the mountaintop. So we've got to rejoice in the Lord always. And we can rejoice in the Lord always, knowing that he will never leave us or forsake us. So we can stand firm in the Lord. We can live in harmony with one another. We can rejoice in the Lord always. And then fourth, we're to be gentle to your fellow man. Let your gentleness be evident. In fact, we need to give each other grace because you have no idea what people are going through. And sometimes we're on the edge and we don't give people much grace, but you have no idea what's going on in their lives. And sometimes we need to just give folk grace, the same grace that God gives us. We need to extend that same grace to others. We're to be gentle. And fifthly, we're to be anxious for nothing. Don't worry, be happy. Be anxious for nothing. Don't worry. Do you realize that 80% of the things that you worry about will never happen? 80% of them. And even if these things do happen, you should still have joy knowing that God has got your back. Worry has a way of robbing us of our joy. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and the good news is God is, not only is he here, a God of the present, but he's a God of the future. And as long as I know that Jesus is going to be with me in the future, I don't have to worry. He goes on to give us another imperative, is to pray. Pray with thanksgiving. Prayer will keep us in tune with God. Prayer gives us a perspective. I believe when this man was writing this hymn, during his time on the ship, looking at the waters, he was in deep prayer with God, and God gave him perspective. Somebody say perspective. it was well with his soul after losing so much. In verses 8 and 9, we see the imperative dwelling on these things. The way you think has a lot to do with the joy that you have or don't have. The way we think has a lot to do with whether or not we will receive the joy that's available to us in Christ Jesus. So Paul tells the church in Philippi, he tells them to think on these things. Think on what's true. Think on what's honorable, whatever is right, and whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, and whatever is of good repute. If there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, dwell on these things. Does anybody have problems with their thought life? The reality is the enemy will attack us in our minds. Our thought life is very important. Listen, when you see someone, you've got to make sure that you take your thoughts captive. 2 Corinthians chapter 10. If you don't take your thoughts captive, then the enemy will build a fortress around you. You think that it is protecting you, but it is primarily making you bound. It's making you a prisoner in your own mind. What reasonable person wakes up and says, you know what? I went to college, I got a great degree, I got married, have children, I think I'm going to walk away from all of that. What happens if you don't take your thoughts captive? Don't think that you won't do something that you're shaking your head about when you think about other people. And so we've got to take our thoughts captive. We're to dwell on those things that are good. Listen, you don't have to try hard to find negative things to think about. All you got to do is just look around. I don't like what she got on. It don't take long, really. You don't have to try to be negative. It's so easy. That's what the enemy, he just flashes it in front of you, even when you come to church. Is she going to wear that to church? He's sitting in my seat. Always something negative you can think about. But God wants us to know through the Apostle Paul that you don't have to be robbed of your joy by the things that you think about. And lastly, here in verse 9, he says, practice these things. Not only what you think about, in fact, until you start thinking properly, you won't practice properly. Most of us can't live out the reality of our faith because our thought life is jacked up. And so we've got to take our thoughts and make our thoughts subject to the Word of God, and then we'll find that we can experience joy even in the midst of troubles. That brings me to joy and contentment here in verses 10 through 14. Only 2 points I want to make this morning. Here in verses 10, he has a healthy concern. Paul has a healthy concern. He says, but I rejoice in the Lord greatly, that now at last you have revived your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned before, but you lacked opportunity. Concern is the idea of inner perspective that shows itself correspondingly in outward behavior. Paul says that you were concerned for me. And listen, it's good for us to be concerned for someone, but our concern, biblical concern, moves us from being just externally concerned, internally concerned, to actually doing something. He says, now at last you revived your concern for me. Your concern caused you to do something and move you to action. Here, there's so much to do here in the body of Christ. And if you're concerned about the situation with our youth, you have an opportunity to get involved. There's something that gets up under your skin. If God has given you a godly concern, says, "But I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at last you have revived your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned before, but you lacked opportunity." Verse 11 leads me to the second point. You say, "You at the second point already?" I'm at the second point. And it's on two. Only 2 points. Y'all thinking, man, I get to go home early and get ready for the Super Bowl. Verse 11 through 14, we see a learned contentment. Stay with me. A learned contentment. He says this, "Not that I speak from want." In other words, all that I have, Paul says, is provided. I have everything that I need. "Not that I speak from want, for I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I am." This might take a little bit. And then he says, to prove his contentment, he says, "I know how to get along with humble means. And I also know how to live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of being filled and going hungry, both of having abundance and suffering need." This idea of contentment is, first of all, it is learned. Comes from the root of the Greek word, which comes from the Greek word disciple. It's the idea of following someone. It's a gaining fact or knowledge as someone learns from experience. How do you get contentment? You learn it through experience. Most of us as believers in Jesus Christ, we hope that when we accept Jesus Christ, that automatically we get all of the things that we need as far as contentment is concerned. But Paul says this, "I have learned how to be content. Not that I speak from want, for I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I am." Let's be honest. Have you learned to be content in whatever circumstance that you're in? When all hell breaks loose, are you content where you are? Content has the idea of inward sufficiency. It's knowing that God is sufficient no matter what's going on. He says, "I've learned to be content in whatever circumstances that I am in." He says, "I know how to get along with humble means." This word humble is the idea of making low. I know how to be content when God has brought me low. Humble means. And I also know how to live in prosperity. Everybody wants to live in prosperity, amen? 8 or 10 songs in gospel music is talking about prosperity and your inheritance, and there's a shift in the atmosphere, and sometimes the atmosphere is shifting for the negative for some folk, amen? Can we rejoice when all hell breaks loose? Easy to praise God and give him our total praise when everything is going all right in our lives. But when tragedy strikes, like with this man, when we lose a loved one, when we're having odds with our spouses and our kids are not doing what they need to do and people are misunderstanding you, is it well with your soul? As the enemy robs you of your joy and your contentment. And I always say into a spiral. And you find yourself doing things that you never thought you would do. What happens when you are so concerned about what other people think about you, that even when you look at yourself in the mirror, that you don't like what you see? Can you be content in whatever circumstance that God has you in? Verse 12, I know how to get along with humble means. I also know how to live in prosperity. And any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of being filled and going hungry. I've learned the secret of being filled and going hungry. Most of us don't really understand that because we have refrigerators and we have freezers and we don't know what it is to go hungry. But Paul is saying, I know what it's like to wake up in the morning and not know where my next meal is going to come from. He says, but even in that, I have learned to be content. He says, both of having abundance and suffering need. Oh, we like to be in abundance. Lord, pour down the blessings on me, Lord. We want His abundant blessings on us. But what about suffering? What about times when we go to our bank and we got to take a second look to make sure that it is our account? Because there doesn't seem to be enough money to last you throughout the month. Paul says, even in that, I have learned to be content. Inward sufficiency. That is, knowing that God is going to take care of me no matter how it looks. That brings us to verse 13, which is one of the most misquoted verses in the Bible. We've seen this verse quoted on tattoos, and people have a tattoo, Philippians 4:13. See boxers, people praying. I guarantee today somebody is going to be praying this prayer for the Super Bowl. Guarantee. I promise you. They're going to be praying, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. They're heavyweight boxers that have quoted this. They put it on their robes. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The problem is, what happens when both people who are competing against each other are praying the same prayer? Oh, it works when you get in the ring and you say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and you knock the guy out. You say, hey, this thing works. But the next fight you might get in, you might get knocked out. So does this verse really mean that as a believer in Jesus Christ, that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me? Does it mean that whatever I want to do, God will give me the strength to do it? I don't think so. In fact, in the context of this verse, we understand that Paul is talking about contentment. This is the context. He's talking about contentment. He's talking about, I've learned in verse 11, I've learned that whatever circumstances that I am in, I know how to get to be content in whatever circumstances that I'm in. I know how to get along with humble means. I know how to get along with prosperity. And in every circumstance, I've learned the secret of being filled and going hungry, both of having abundance and suffering need. Verse 13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I like how this reads in the Greek. It says in the Greek, for all things I have strength in the one strengthening me. Let me read that again in the Greek. For all things I have strength in the one strengthening me. So the object, listen, the object is not I. Do y'all get that? The object is not I here in this particular passage. It starts off in the English, I can do all things through him who strengthens me, but the object is not I. It is not about us. And that's the problem with most of us, that we think that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. The problem is some of the things that we think we can do, God is not telling us we can do those things. So the object is not I. The object is on the one who gives strength. Don't miss that. I have strength for all things. In all things I have strength in the one who is strengthening me. That means that my focus is not on me, it is on thee. I can do all things. Well, what are all things? Well, he just said, I know how to get along with humble means. If God has me in a place where he has me bowed down, I'm content with that. Are you content when God has you in a place, when he has you in a valley? Is it well with your soul when God has you in a place that you don't want to be? Easy to praise the Lord when things are going well, amen? But this is what he's talking about. He says, I've learned how to be content. Yeah, I had a relapse in my drug addiction, but I'm cool right here because it's right here in this valley where God is going to show himself mighty and he's going to show himself strong. And this relationship is not going the way that I want it to go. I'm content right here because I know it's something right here in this valley that God is going to show me that I'm able to use on the mountaintop. I'm content knowing that the way God comforts me here in this valley is the way that I'm able to comfort someone else because God comforted me in the valley. I know how to get along in humble means. And I know how to live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of being filled and going hungry, both having abundance and suffering need. For all things, I have strength in the one strengthening me. Do you know that there's never a time when God will leave you and he will give you the strength to go through whatever you are going through? And we're going to have to just learn how to trust him day by day and moment by moment. If we focus on the I, then our life circumstances will overwhelm us and rob us of our joy. But if we focus on the one who strengthens us, if we turn our eyes upon Jesus and look full at his wonderful face, then the things of this earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and his grace. The words again to this song. After losing his son, after losing all of his wealth, And then losing his daughter, he says, when peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billow roll. Whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Though Satan should buffet, though trials should come, let this blessed assurance control that Christ has regarded my helpless estate and has shed his own blood for my soul. My sin, oh the bliss of this glorious thought, my sin not in part but the whole, is nailed to the cross, and I bear it no more. Praise the Lord, O my soul. And Lord, haste the day when my faith shall be sight. The clouds be rolled back as a scroll. The trumpet shall sound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. Let's stand together.